The Braves have made the trip out east to beautiful Veterans Field here in Chatham to take on the Anglers. Welcome to a pregame Tomahawk Talk. Calvin Christoforo, Reeves Jackson, and Daniel Coates. And Daniel, the Braves coming off an offensive outburst last night. 10 runs on 15 hits in a 10-3 win against YD. What did you like the most from last night's offensive attack?
I like the most that everyone was producing. I was just talking off air that Nick Goodwin was 3 for 4. He's been on a downward trend up until that game. So for him to bounce back with the bat is huge. I liked how, with the departure of Kyler Fedko, Max Anderson took over the 2 spot, and it was a really smooth transition from the upper part of the order to the lower part of the order. 15 hits. We created 10 runs off those 15 hits, and I joked in the post-game show yesterday, I thought we could have gotten more with the 15 hits that we got, but all-around offensive performance last night. Looking forward to another here against a team that we only put up 3 against. And an interesting stat is that we're 10-0-1 now when we strike first on the board. So if we get off to a hot start, we most likely will be seeing a victory based on the statistics given to us by our own Nick Galley. But I'm expecting another good offensive performance today, especially off the 2 days off that we've had.
Yeah, and as good as the offense was, the pitching and defense was once again stellar, allowing just 2 runs on 3 hits, Reeves. Hunter Olmwood gets the ball tonight. I would assume it's going to be another piggyback start with Olmwood starting, going to left-hander Michael Sansone. But what can the tandem of those 2 guys do tonight to keep this Anglers lineup at bay?
I was about to say I'm maybe more excited to see what Sansone can do after Olmwood. No, but in all seriousness, up until what, that 9th inning when Kate Smith gave up that 3rd run, the Braves were about to go 4 consecutive games of allowing 2 runs, which is just crazy. Obviously a little unlucky for Kate Smith in that 9th, and it was 10-3 final. But for Olmwood, in his last start, July 2nd at Falmouth, went 4 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, but only 1 was earned. And on the season, across 7 innings, has struck out 7. So he's been pretty solid on the year. Olmwood's a guy that potentially could be going to the draft, could be his last start, maybe. So we'll see what he does, but he's a really good pitcher. Obviously we're excited to see him, and we're excited to see what Sansone can do. Hopefully, when you allow, 2, and then 3 runs in a matter of 4 games, the pitching staff has been the bright spot, not just on this team, but for the entire Cape season.
Absolutely. It's been one of the best pitching staffs, probably the best pitching staff in the Cape so far this season. Flipping back to the offense, though, Daniel, Coach Harvey Shapiro made an interesting lineup move last night. He put Christian Knapczyk, who we've seen in the 2-hole all season long, down to the 6th spot. Did you like that move? And going forward, what is your ideal 1-2 punch?
I still think my ideal 1-2 punch would be Joe Lampe at the 1 with Christian Knapczyk at the 2. I think Harvey Shapiro was just trying to experiment a little to see what Christian could do at the bottom of the order. I think he's most effective and most confident when he's at the top of the order, and Harvey Shapiro gives him the go there at the 2 spot. But as I was saying, just a few games ago, the best 1-2 punch in the Cape League was Joe Lampe and Christian Knapczyk. They were batting around 350 average for a span of 6 games. So I want to see if they can get back to that, because when they start off a game that hot, batting at that 350 that they're putting up, that's when the Braves are really dangerous. One thing that I do want to mention is now that we do have a 2-person dynamic at the 9 spot with Nick Goodwin and Tanner Schobel. Tanner Schobel, as of late, has been trending downwards in his batting average, but Nick Goodwin coming out 3 for 4 with 3 singles yesterday. So it's very good to have that consistent 9-spot hitter. Now Harvey Shapiro really has a choice other than Tanner Schobel.
Yeah, Nick Goodwin had a 3-hit performance last night, though. Personally, though, Daniel, I like Christian Knapczyk out of the 6th spot because he keeps the runners moving. He puts the ball in play.
I think I'd rather see Anderson bump down to the 3 along with Dalton Rushing at 4, maybe Caden Wallace at 5. I think that's probably the smartest option. That would be my ideal. But hey, if Christian Knapczyk sits in that 6th spot, maybe 7th spot, and starts being effective and starts producing more than he was in the 2 spot, which would be incredible, then hey, let's go for it. But I think that would be my ideal spot with Knapczyk still at the 2.
All right, Reeves, you're the deciding vote here. Who do you like? You like Christian Knapczyk in the 2 spot or down at the 6?
Well, you know what? When Daniel said at 6 first, I was going to agree with him, but when Daniel said 2, I was going to agree with him, but then obviously, Calvin, when you said 6, I think you gave good reasoning, because I'm gonna go with the 6 spot. But because here's my reasoning. What was the issue for the Braves lineup going into that game against Falmouth before they got things going late, and really even that game as well? The bottom of the lineup just wasn't producing. But what did they do last night? What did Nick Goodwin do in the 9 spot? Not saying that Knapczyk is responsible for other guys' success, but he keeps the ball moving down there. We saw what he was doing in the 2 spot, but then the bottom of the lineup would kind of go into a little rut offensively. And last night, the bottom of the lineup was the key cog to it all. So I like him in both places. I kind of would like to maybe see. That's the thing about the Cape League and summer ball. The beauty of it is you can change it up on a consistent basis. So I'd like to see Knapczyk flip-flop between the 2 and the 6 just to keep things fresh and keep things different.
Well, we'll see what Harvey Shapiro and the Braves do tonight here in Chatham to face the A's. It's a 7 o'clock first pitch tonight, but you can join us at 6:40 for the Bravos, our Braves pregame show. But until then, as always, go Braves.